YouTube, what is up? We are back with another video, and today we got some snatches, we got some squats, and we got some hang grip snatches, which is a new exercise. We're ripping those today. K-Dot's got us challenging that overhead mobility, and we're probably going to get exposed. He put in the notes of that exercise that I'm going to get exposed, so we're going to try and prove him wrong, but we're most likely going to prove him right today. It should be a pretty sickening day. We just finished up some sprints, and we felt like we were flying. We had some hand on the hips, crouch start sprints. Been really loving the no-hand sprints. Feeling like I'm getting a lot more out of the legs and feeling those acceleration positions just a little bit better. So we're going to keep building up those, keep ripping those. And by the end of summer, we're going to run a sub 1 fly 10, which will be pretty elite. At a Levity concert this past weekend, phenomenal vibes. We saw Alec Blennis there and got the vibe with the man himself. And if that doesn't make for a good weekend, I don't know what does. So we're going to use those clubs and put it into bar today, and we're going to start off with some squats. So let's get after it. All right, so we got some speed squats here. Pausing halfway just like we have been the past couple weeks. We're building up to a speedy triple, he said. So don't kill myself is the quote that he had in there. Then we're dropping to 70% hitting a triple, then we're dropping to 60% hitting a triple from there. Keep it nice and explosive. This will be the first kind of ish working set with these bands. He said keep it under 3 plates, so let's rip here, let's go. Oof. 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 Let's go. That drop into it is feeling spicy. We're getting much better at that. Let's keep ripping. In between all these sets of squats, we are ripping butcher stretch, putting the elbows on a bench, plate behind the head, opening up that upper back. We're hitting our hangs from a bar, just putting some weight in the legs, strapping up, letting those shoulders open up. And then we hit that super front rack position that K-Dots have us been doing, putting a band on the foot, opening up here. And those 3 things are things I've been doing pretty much every single day. And just mentioning that because I get the question a lot about the mobility piece and how do you improve how have I been improving the front rack position, how I've been improving the overhead position. I've been finding the tools that have worked for me, and I pretty much just spam them until they no longer work, right? And I keep adding stimulus to those stretches until it no longer works. So with the butcher stretch, we started with literally no weight, and we're up to 25 pounds and really holding that deep position. With the hangs, started off with no weight, and now we're holding with 40 pounds and just letting those shoulders open up, right? And we'll continue to span those movements until I feel like I'm not getting a lot out of them, and then we'll find another movement to kind of challenge that position. But the best way to get good at something is frequency and continue to find the tools that work for you, and that's why I believe in that variety type approach. Give your athletes a bunch of tools, then once they find the tools that work for them, just let them spam those tools until they no longer get anything out of them, and then we'll give them more tools and more variety and more stimulus in the positions and things that they want to get better at and they currently suck at. And it's been super effective for my overhead position, super effective for this front rack and my mobility of the upper back and shoulders. So been really loving it, but we've been spamming those in between the squats and doing them pretty much every single day. I've been seeing a ton of progress there. So it's a really simple way to do it, and we ain't stopping anytime soon. So let's get after this next set. Let's go. Oof. 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 Let's go. All right, so we're supposed to keep these like under 3 plates or right around 3 plates, and we weren't supposed to have the bands on, but that last set at 275 felt a little too crispy for my liking. So we're gonna rip this 315. If it's feeling crispy, maybe we'll add something. Otherwise, we'll stick to program. I don't want to turn into a grinder here. So as long as it's poppy here, we'll probably stick with this, then drop to 70%, then drop to 60%. Let's go. Oof. 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 Let's go. 315 felt nice and crispy. Now we got this 225, which might be the lightest working set I probably have ever done in my entire life. So we got a triple here at a working set, 70%. So this motherfucker better move fast. Let's go. Oof. 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 Let's go. Whee! All right, to set a new PR for the lightest weight I've ever done for a working set, we got 185 here from that 225. That 225 felt poppy. This 185 better feel like a jumping squat, or we're really just not moving the bar fast enough. Just check the Q&As. We got the question asking about Oli shoes, wondering if there's a difference or how much what Oli shoe get matters. And this is coming from a guy that has owned 2 pairs of Oli shoes in his life, so take it with a grain of salt. But in the same way, softball guys, it's always the worst softball guys asking what the new bat is and what company they should get their bat from and and what ounce they should get their bat from, the new technology they need in the bat. Like a $300 bat is not going to help your $3 swing in the same way of a $300 pair of Oli shoes is not going to help your $3 snatch. Just get a pair that's comfy. I honestly like the higher heel elevation than I liked the shorter heel elevation from my last one, but I feel like a lot of people wouldn't like these. But get a pair that's comfy, get a pair that feels good, and then just get back to Oli lifting. Don't stress yourself out too much about the equipment. For every single one of us watching these Olympic lifting videos, the shoes are not your limiting factor, and don't get in your head about that. Just get better at snatching, get better at Olympic lifting, grab a pair of shoes that's comfy for you. So let's go. Oof. 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 Let's go. Get to some snatches. All right, then to start these snatches, we got 3 sets of 5 clean grip snatches. K-Dot says I'm going to get fucking exposed here. I did it with the bar, and I was already getting exposed. That left shoulder, that mobility is not there, but he said use these to make the real snatches feel good. So we're going to push them. 3 sets of 5 will build up to something decently heavy out of 5. What weight that is just yet, I have no idea. It could be these 25s. It could be 45. Maybe we hit a 225 PR. That's probably not happening, but all of us can be delusional in some sense. So let's get after this. Let's go. Those actually didn't feel as bad as K-Dot was making them sound. Maybe he doesn't know the cloth that I'm built from, but we're going to keep pushing these. 45s next. Let's go. Set number 2 on these. Let's rip. Oh yeah, that was significantly more spicy. Keep adding weight. Maybe 185 for 5. That'd be kind of sickening. All right, we're going to hop on this baby and take it for a ride. See where it takes us. Let's go. Oh my God. Oh my God. I turned those into exactly what K-Dot didn't want me to turn it into, which was a shoulder press. Fucking trying to lock those arms out overhead. Spicy. Those exposed me. We're going to need a couple more weeks of those in the program. God damn. Let's get to snatches. All right, so K-Dot's kind of got me horny for next week because he said everything this week is going to be a little bit easier because we're going to get after some cleans next week. So hopefully 350 is next week. But we got touch and go doubles here on these snatches, keeping them crispy, keeping them good. If we're feeling really good, maybe we just go for some singles on the snatches at the end, just see where we're at there. But if not, we'll just hit the doubles, we get some work in and go from there. I really like these touch and go snatches, mostly because I'm ass at them and got to get better at them. So let's go. Ooh, a little sticky from, I was like using that clean pull that I just did on those snatches in that kind of technique. It was a little goofy, so hopefully we dial in, but the bar's feeling really light right now, so hopefully that stays. Let's go. All right, second set here. Let's keep it clean. Let's keep it buttery. Let's get after it. Oh, I'm going to have to watch some tape. It's feeling really, really sloppy right now. We got to lock it in. The bar's feeling really light, but it's feeling sloppy. All right, the bro science math on this is that the other weight wasn't heavy enough, so I wasn't locked in enough. So if I put more weight on, I'm going to be more locked in and have to have good technique. So that's sports science right there. Let's get after it. God damn, that was a send. Let's hit one more set here. See if we can clean it up a little bit. All right, this is definitely going to be a send, and K-Dot's probably going to be pissed at me, but we're going to throw the shades on so we can't see the haters when it comes to my lockout here. We're going to get after it. Let's make this clean. Let's fucking go. That was about as pitiful as my snatch and catch form has felt in a really long time. And I kind of have the tendency of doing that whenever I start with a different snatch variation, and I'm not just starting with snatch and like starting with the bar. I just get so fucked up with the pull and the technique. It's just not dialed in, and that was pretty icky today. Sunglass. I don't even know if the sunglasses can block out those haters. I hate myself for those. But it's the first bad snatch day in a long time. So hopefully later in the week we come back a little bit stronger. We get after our snatches again. We got these banded SOTS presses. We got 2 more sets of 8 here. These aren't programmed, but that lockout position was so shitty that I'm gonna fucking do them just to continue to build them up. I really like this band position as I'm moving forward. It kind of pulls me backwards and in, and it really forces that lockout position. So these might be a moneymaker accessory that I just came up with. Somebody probably invented them before me, but the bands were just on the bar. I'm like, ooh, I kind of like this idea. Did it with the barbell for the first set, and they felt really money. So let's push these a little bit, get 2 more sets of 8, then let's go play pickleball. Let's go. Ooh, those felt like money. Let's go. 1 more set. All right, we got our last set here of these SOTS presses. Just want to answer one more question here before we finish up this video. And it was about hyper-specific training. Asking if being super specific with your movements and your exercises towards your sport works, and if you should do it, and my thoughts kind of on that. And generally my thoughts are, and this is with power, you see this in powerlifting and Olympic lifting a lot, is NOS works, right? Like when you're in a race, you're NOSing your car up, and you press that button and it explodes. You're gonna go fast, you're gonna hit new PRs, and you're probably gonna beat your opponent, and you probably have to press NOS at certain times in your athletic career to win the big races that you wanna win. The problem that I see and the problem that I find is a lot of powerlifters, a lot of Olympic lifters, a lot of really technical sports always NOS. And when you always NOS, it blows up your engine. And if it's your only thing and your only solution and your only way to train is to be hyper specific and to NOS these super specific tasks, you're gonna blow up your engine, you're gonna blow up yourself, you're gonna get hurt, you're gonna reach a burnout point. So while it works in the short term, and it's probably needed in the short term, if it's all you have, you're gonna lose in a long-term race and you're gonna stop making progress, whether that is because of injuries or more likely just to not make it a neurotic type argument, you're gonna reach that burnout point where you have no passion for the sport that you're doing anymore. And you see this a ton. I see this a ton in powerlifting and the Olympic lifting athletes that I work with. And that's where I think a lot of the general qualities, the general athletic qualities that you can concurrently do with a lot of this specialized training can be so money, just to give you a little bit of a different approach, give you a little bit more of a well-rounded general physical preparedness, give you a base to draw from, not blowing up your motor, and psychologically keeping you interested in training. That's why I have all of my athletes train very general until we get to that 1% point, whether it's the playoffs, a big conference meet that they have, or they have like a combine coming up, right? Like we're gonna stay as general as long as possible and save that NOS for when it matters. So while specialized training works and it is needed in certain points, you do have to do it to reach that 1% of a 1% level. I do believe 90% of your training should be very general so that you can save that NOS, you can save that special exercise, you can save that super specific block of focus for your big meets, your big PRs, and the big things that you matter. And you can cycle this, right? Like you can NOS it 3 to 4 times a year, as long as the rest of the time around your year is focused on these general qualities and focused on general training and focused on training that keeps you interested in the sport and doesn't have you burn out and breaking yourself, right? And in the powerlifting world, a lot of times it can be as simple as just adding in powerlifting variations, benching in different ways, squatting in different ways, deadlifting in different ways. Fucking just even jumping or moving athletic for a lot of these powerlifters is a game changer for them because it gives them another interest level in training, keeps them moving in a variety of ways so they feel better. And when they feel better, when it does come to that NOS period, they can actually get after it and they're not fucking beat up, right? So NOS works, NOS is needed. Just can't be your only solution to things, right? So let's get after this last set here. Let's go. Woo! Let's go. Appreciate you guys watching. Keep chopping wood.